Composer's Voice. This episode of Composer's Voice presents 15 Minutes of Fame featuring Mary Hubbell. 15 Minutes of Fame is 15 works written for a specific musician.
Well, I'm Mary Hubbell, and let's see, I'm from South Carolina, and I went to Boston College, and then I did my master's in Santa Barbara, and then I spent 4 years doing a degree at the Royal Conservatory in The Hague, and I think that's where I got that new music bug, was in Holland, because let me tell you, you think weird things happen in New York. New music concerts. I have done the weirdest things on stage in Holland. It's so funny. But yeah, there's this festival every year in Apeldoorn, the Young Composers Festival. It used to be Louis Andriessen was in charge, obviously he's passed. But I worked with Louis 3 years. I would go do that festival, and all these young composers would write pieces for us, and we would spend all week trying to learn them and then present them. And my teacher, Gerda van Zelm, she'd worked a lot with Louis and with like Kurtag and people like that. And so she was a really good guide for me to sort of learn how to sort of look at a score and not be freaked out and be like, okay, taking it apart and figure out what are the elements. And I learned a lot doing that festival at how to approach new music. And just being in Holland for 4 years was great. And I've been living in Western Mass since 2013. I've taught at Smith. I've taught at Smith for about 7 years. I've taught at UMass Amherst for the last 8 years. Also, I've taught at Westfield, Fitchburg. I've just done a lot of teaching in Western Mass. And there is new music happening. Not as much maybe as here, and maybe not as avant-garde. There's some really good composers in Western Mass, don't get me wrong. But getting to do kind of the really weird stuff.
Right.
I like to do the weird stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't done it. I feel like I miss it a little bit in Holland, but anyway.
I'm Kirsten Johnson. I'm a pianist and I'm a composer. Growing up, I lived in Okinawa, Japan for 3 years. And as a young student, I had Japanese culture classes. And part of that was learning about Japanese haiku and how to write haiku. Since then, I've always had a love of Japanese poetry. And when this call came up for the 15 Minutes of Fame writing pieces for 4 singers, I thought, well, it might be nice just to write a set of pieces, a song cycle on haiku. So I delved into the haiku book that I have of Japanese women poets, and I chose 4 haiku that I liked. And I was really pleased that the piece that I wrote, Crying, was picked up by Mary Hubbell for this call. So I'll just read you the text that Mary's about to sing. It's by a woman poet called Kaiwai Chigetsu, who lived from 1634 to 1719. And it reads, Crying as though the sole owner of all loneliness, a dove in autumn.
Crying, as though the sole owner of all loneliness, Going by Nicole DeMeo. Going, going, going. No, I don't want to go. Going, going, going. Going, going, going. Going, going. na nina, ni ni na, stay away, way, I don't really want to talk about this. Why can't you just leave me alone for a while? There's just so much going on in my mind. How come every time that we get here, I feel so alone? How come every time that we get here, I feel so alone? How come every time that we get here, I feel so alone? How come every time that we get here, I feel so alone?
My name is Joyce Solomon Mormon. I'm an African-American composer of new music. I have written one opera, several orchestral works, chamber music, and art songs. As an art song composer, I enjoy setting the poems of Black poets. Dudley Randall was a member of the Black arts movement in the 1960s. His most famous poem is the Ballad of Birmingham. Shape of the Invisible is a nature poem which I set for soprano solo. She begins the performance by blowing through her mouth, and then she sings the words of this short poem, after which she again blows through her mouth and ends the performance by repeating the poem's final statement.
The Shape of the Invisible by Joyce Solomon Mormon. By the sleeping body of the wind. Left by the sleeping body of the The Old Pond by Shen-Yu Huang. An old silent, silent, silent pond. A frog jump, 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 jumps into the pond. Splash! Silence, silence, silence. Again. The Old Pond by Matsu Basho. Camellia by Maria Collings. Falling upon earth.
Hello, my name is Beth Anderson. I wrote a song called Eight, and it's based on an Edna St. Vincent Millay poem that was published about 1922. And it's about a lady in a marriage and how she's not feeling it at all. She wonders why she got so excited over falling in love and getting married and having a house and all these things that people get excited about. But now she says all she's doing is washing the dishes and going to sleep at 8 o'clock. You know, what is this?
8 by Beth Anderson. Was it for this I uttered prayers, and sobbed and cursed and kicked the stairs, that now, domestic as a plate, I should retire at 8:30, at 8:30. So this is Even More So by Martino Rapelli. Even more, even more, even more so, even more, even more so. Because of being alone, alone, alone. The moon is a friend. The moon is a friend.
Hello everybody, this is Carlotta Ferrari, a composer from Italy. My piece for solo voice is called A Death Angel, from a poem by Amy Hennings, the German cabaret player and artist and poet, where she speaks about a death angel in her room, and yet she keeps on dancing until she's out of breath. The piece features 2 sections. The first one, inspired by the Dies Irae melody, is about death. It mentions the death angel, while the last part is the dancing part, where she dances, and in the end, the singer actually runs out of breath. Thank you for listening.
A Death Angel by Carlotta Ferrari. A death angel stands in the middle of my room. A death angel stands in the middle of my room. Yet I dance, 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 I dance, I dance. dance, yet I dance, yet I dance, till I'm out of, till I'm out of, till I'm out of, till I'm out of breath, 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 out of breath.
My name is Marilena Zlatanou, originally Greek, but having lived most of my adult life in Norway. My musical studies started in Thessaloniki, Greece, continued in London, Guildhall School of Music and Drama, and when I came to Norway, to the State Conservatory and the Opera School. I'm grateful to say that I have had a very active and still enjoy a performing active musical life. The particular piece, I'm Nobody, is the amazing poetry of Emily Dickinson inspired me to enhance her unexpected message with music.
I'm nobody. Who are you? 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 Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Then there's a pair of us. Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell. They'd finish us, you know. They'd finish us. How dreary to be somebody, how public, like a frog. To tell your name the livelong day to an admiring bog. To tell your name the livelong day to an admiring bog.
Hello, my name is Ljubica Dančević and I'm a musician, violinist, singer and composer from Belgrade, Serbia. I'm very glad that my composition, Lullaby for the Unblossomed, has been chosen for 15 Minutes of Fame with Mary Hubbell. The composition speaks about unrequited love, and the idea came to me when I was walking in a park. There was some wind and I was thinking about my experiences and about my memories, and accidentally I stepped on a snail.
Carries away all the sweet words. All my soul, my heart, my love. He veered off course and into the grass, and after the rain trampled a snail.
I'm David Hynek in Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. I've loved E. E. Cummings' poetry since I was in college, and over the years I've written 2 sets of songs based on his work. No Time Ago is a relatively straightforward poem set simply using only 4 pitches, 2 in the first stanza and then adding 1 in each successive stanza.
No time ago, or else a life, walking in the dark, I met Christ Jesus. My heart flopped Haru no Mori by Thomas Freiberg.
Hello, my name is Hector Vera from San Antonio, Texas. Snapdragon belongs to a collection titled Daily Urban Haiku. This collection by Jeff Anderson focuses on pairing city settings with haiku. I'd like to thank Jeff Anderson for allowing me to use his text for this piece.
Late night, farmers say, the last open. Psycho Puzzle by Bracha Bedil. Crossword shirt. Crossword shirt. Cave I crossword. Cave I. Ha 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 ha. Shirt. He sat there on the fence with his shadow. Longing of a moment, an astonishment of eternity. Link and Herson were silent as and the fence absorbs unresolved puzzle, cave eyes, and lonely friendship.
Hello, my name is Dr. Stanley Hoffman, and I am a 65-year-old composer and arranger who lives in Framingham, Massachusetts. The text I chose is Lament, written by the 11th century writer Solomon ibn Gabriel in Hebrew, and I translated it into English. It is a sad run requiring a slow tempo. Because of the 1-minute time limit, I ended up with not one but two songs, Lament being a perfectly viable standalone excerpt from Behold the Sun at Twilight Time. I've done this before with a violin piece called Poem and Lamentations, where the poem can stand alone.